lost my screen. I'm just going back. I'm trying to find where my screen is supposed to be. Okay.
Good evening, guys. This is Nantanyama speaking. You all are supposed to be contributing to the task that has been given. Please cooperate with Tanya, who is coordinating. Write your names in the chat box. Tanya will call out individuals who have any contributions to make towards the task that has been posted. Otherwise, if this meeting does not take, if it doesn't go on, then
Mentor, you just broke up. Thank you very much. I'm going to read it again as requested.
For guidership. Please take towards the task.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mentor. As mentioned, I am going to read it again and we will discuss it. Please note we only have 40 minutes and our time is limited. A week has passed. The average contribution to structure is around $100 US. Under the regulations of M Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payment, starting with the first contribution. Your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payment to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of action for the next 3 weeks. Under the above conditions stated, point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them. The number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra costs you will have and how to attract them. We only have 40 minutes. Any questions? Group 125. I'm putting the floor to you first for any questions.
Hello.
Hi, Redwan. From what group are you?
I'm batch 128. I have a question.
Redwan, please wait your turn. I have put the floor to batch 125. If there's any questions, Edith.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Redwan. Edith?
Yeah. Hello. Hello,
I can hear you, Ola.
hello, can you hear me? This is George from batch 125.
Your mic is
George
very
speaking
unclear.
from batch 125.
Yes, Ola,
Hello?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Wow. Can you hear me now?
George, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
you are talking about contributions. What I'm concerned about is when I enter Nigeria, I think I'm not in Nigeria at all. Sorry? Hello?
I cannot hear you. Yes, I cannot hear you clearly.
Hello, Tanya. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, would you kindly show me the plus sign in the chat box? I just wanna make something clear. Okay, Tanya. Everything you're doing nice. So far, so good. But I just wanna comment on one thing. What we're doing here, or the way that you should do it, guys, is Tanya is coordinating as she is. Then when you people write your names in the chat box, when you're given the platform, you should air your views or the solution concerning the task that has been given. You don't have to ask questions. You are giving us solutions. We are listening. All the mentors are listening. You should give us solutions on the task that you have been given. Don't ask questions to Tanya. The time has passed. The time has elapsed for you to ask questions. Tonight, you are giving us solutions on the task that we gave you. And tomorrow you're going to do that again. Each and every batch should have their own Google document. The mentors have already told you. I know you're different platforms, but for batch 125, I told you guys yesterday, there are representatives that have been given the rights to that document, and that's the document that we be checking for the progress. So each and every batch, although you're contributing, all of you as a teamwork right now, but each and every batch has its own representatives. those representatives to take everything, all the deliberations that are being posted here, and paste it on that document, and then later edit it before the final presentation on the 12th. Before the final presentation on Thursday. Okay, so what you're doing here is you're giving us solutions on the tasks that have been given. Deliberate on those, brainstorm on those as a team, and Tanya will be taking your question. You should only speak after she has called out your name. Tanya, when you feel like you want to give someone a chance, or when you're tired, please kindly let us know. Okay, Tanya, did I clarify? Did I simplify for everyone? Hello?
Mentor Kadzai, thank you very much. Yes, can you hear me? If you can hear me, press the plus, please.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You can.
No, thank you. Okay. Guys, I hope you understood clearly what Mentor Kadzai said. Please, if you have a question, do not unmute your mic. Paste it there in the message box. And not a question, we are to deliberate. So there's no questions. If you put your name in the box, like George did from 125, I will say, George, please unmute your mic and please tell me what you would like to say. Guys, please, if you want to say something, yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Identify yourself. Yes.
This is Chris Aguara.
Please mute your mic.
My name is George Onala.
But George, did I give you? Yes. Okay, all right. You can go ahead. Yes, George, please go ahead. You've got 2 minutes. George?
My name is George Onala. Yeah, my name is George Onala. Onala George, that is speaking. The contribution I want to make as a solution of getting to Nigeria, according to what the Mentor Kadzai just said, I think there's a need for us to carry the Nigerian embassy along. Getting to Nigeria for the first time, you are not a Nigerian, you need an interpreter from the Nigerian embassy.
George,
so when you get there,
George,
the interpreter will be able to interpret whatever you want to say for effective communication inside Nigeria. The interpreter that you will be able to pour your mind to, you need an hotel, you need accommodation, all is available, whatever.
I cannot hear him properly either. Okay, guys, Mentor, what's the name again? The coordinator, Tanya. You don't necessarily, the other thing that I just want to add is you don't necessarily have to ask for a specific badge. You don't have to necessarily ask for a specific badge. Anyone from any badge can just write their name. Then when they're starting, they can introduce themselves and the badge they're representing, and then it goes like that. So you don't have to necessarily pick badge, each badge. Maybe the other badge has more contribution than the other one. Remember, we're working as a team right now together. We're working together now. So anyone the contribution despite which platform they're from, we can just contribute. Just write their names, introduce themselves, then it goes like that. Okay, thank you. Tanya, can you hear me? Hello? If you guys can hear me, kindly show me with a plus sign if you can hear me, guys. If you can hear me, would you kindly show me with a plus sign?
Ask you a favor. When you do talk to me, please don't shout, because it makes your voices not to be clear. We need you to talk clearly into your microphones. Is there anybody from any batch that wants any suggestions onto the task at hand? Can you guys hear me? Please put a plus into your box. Thank you, Peace. Can you hear me clearly, people? Thank you, Nora. Okay, one more, then I'll carry on. Thank you. Okay, that's more than one. All right, I'm going to read the task again. Please, guys, remember we are time-based. We need to discuss this and we need to come up with a solution. No questions, only solutions. All right, I'm reading it. After I've read it, put your name into the box and I will identify you. You can unmute yourself. If I ask you to mute yourself thereafter and you don't, I'm going to boot you. Thank you very much. A week has passed. The average contribution to the structure is around $100. Under the regulations of Triple M Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payments, starting with first contribution. Your task is to calculate how many new members contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of action for the next 3 weeks. Under the above conditions stated, point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during this period, and what extra cost you will have and how to attract them. You have 40 minutes. All right, obviously 40 minutes is now less. Do you guys all understand the task at hand? Please put a plus plus if you understand the task. Can we start discussing? Yes, Arabambi. Arabambi? Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Can we make a discussion of this, please? How we, remember that we as a group have to do an average contribution of the structure. The average contribution
Hello?
is $100. Hi, yes, Arabambi?
Hello?
Yes, Arabambi,
Yes,
I can hear you.
I want to start by saying, let's assume we registered 400 people from the first task. Hello?
Okay, yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I said assuming we registered 400 people from the first task. The total PH after 1 week will be 400. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
I
said assuming we registered 400 people from the first task.
But
the total PH after.
Can I just mention something? You registered 400 people. But can you hear me, Arabambi? Please press a plus sign into the message box.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. Can I just discuss something? From the first task, if you have registered 400 people, it's not guaranteed that all 400 people are going to make contributions, is it?
Yes, of course. And that's where I'm going, ma'am.
Okay, I'm listening.
I said assuming we registered 500. Let's say 400 from. Yes. I'm trying to rephrase it. Assuming we registered 500 people from the first time. Now let's say 400 people declared an interest of donating a particular amount, which is $100 US. So that means that the PH we have after a week will be $40,000. Of course, there will be registration bonus for the first participant. For $100 US, we have $20 US registration bonus. So definitely we have a total registration bonus of $20 US times the 400 participants that are registered, which is $8,000. And of course we have the Marvel growth, which is always specified with 30%. I mean the internet currency in MMM. So definitely we have $100 US times 30%, which will give us 30. Definitely the total Marvel growth will be 30 times 400, which is $12,000 US. Of course, there will be a referral bonus, which is 10%. So we have 100. We have 100. The $100 US times the 10%, which is 10. And also we have the Marvel growth on referral bonus for the whole month, which is 30%. So we have 10 times 30%, which is 3. Therefore, the total referral bonus will be 10 plus 3 times the number of participants that we registered, which is 400, and we have 5,000. So the total get help at the end of 1 month would be 40,000, which was the first one, plus 8,000, plus 12,000, plus 52,000, which is 112,000 US dollars. So we have to now mitigate between the differences between cash inflow and cash outflow. Like I said earlier, I said the total PH for 1 week is 40,000 US dollars, and the total GH at the end of 1 month is 112,000 US dollars. So when we subtract this 112,000 US dollars from 40,000 US dollars on the initial, we have 72,000 US dollars.
Okay.
So
can I just stop you there?
To come to a conclusion. Yes, I'm just. Hello, ma.
Yes, I can hear
the
you.
Number of participants needed to provide, yes, the number of participants needed to provide 100 US dollars to cover the difference would be 720.
Can you just repeat that number?
Do an extra job. I said the number of participants needed to provide the 100 US dollars to cover the difference would be 72,000 US dollars, the difference, divided by the 100 US dollars to give us 720.
And that is over 500 participants, you say?
Yes, I said not all might indicate their interest. That's why I said from the 500 participants we were able to get 400 participants shows interest, and they were able to PH, they were able to contribute to the society.
Okay.
That's why I'm using 400 as an example.
Okay, Arabambi, thank you very much. Can we ask somebody else just a piece? You have a suggestion? Peace Aguara, you have a suggestion? Okay, Dennis, you said that you had... Yes?
Yes. I have a suggestion. After the 1 week campaign, I think we have established people in the system. And so we start training guiders and managers to motivate them for joining the MMM movement by increasing their percentage in points. That's a way of incentive so that they can dedicate more energy, time in recruiting or in getting more participants. So I think that is one of the solutions, and also the number of the new participants will increase based on the output of these motivated guiders and the managers. Now let me take an instance, new registration. If we have 25 registered, 10 at 25 registered, that would be $250. Then the average contribution per week is $100. Then the contribution will be the $250 times the $100, and which will arrive at $200,000. I think that is my contribution on that.
Okay, thank you. Please, do you guys agree with that? Is there anybody that disagrees with it? You just give me indication in the message chat box. Ridwan, I'll get to you now.
So all participants, if all participants pay in a month, that means it should be $130 times 500. That will make it $65,000.
Okay.
So this part will be 15,000 divided by 100. That will be 150. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Expected donations is now $15,000. I think that is right. I think that's
Ridwan,
right.
can you? Sorry, can I just ask you to repeat the last number that you gave?
The expected new participant is 150, and expected donation is 15,000.
15. And that you say will manage everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Moses, you said you had a contribution.
Okay. I think.
Okay.
Hello.
Thanks. Yes, Ridwan. Thank you very much. We'll get back to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello.
Thanks, Ridwan.
Hello, Tanya. Good evening.
Yes, Moses, hi.
Make contribution to this discussion.
Yes.
Okay, we have a task. After 1 week, we need to pay the older participant who started by providing help. So I think the basic thing that we need to do is to work more in getting new participants to join the community. Okay, so how do we do this? First, we have each of the participants
sorry, Moses?
I'm making a contribution of $100. So I would just like to work with 100 people. Hello?
Sorry, Moses, you are breaking up, so please just
Hello,
try
can
with
you
your
hear me now?
network. I can hear you, yes.
Can you hear me well now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Please
Okay, so I'm just trying to explain.
Yes.
I'm just trying to explain. Can you hear me well now? I just try to explain what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Okay, so I assume that I get 100. Let me just work with the people number. I get 100 people initially to do a provide of $100 each. Okay, so if I say 100 by 10 by 100 people by $100, that will be a total contribution of $10,000, right? Okay, so $10,000. This is expected to grow by 30% within 30 days. So that will be 130. That will be $13,000. Okay, so for each $100 contribution, there's a registration bonus that so each one gets $20. $20 by 100 people participate. That's about $2,000. Okay, so if I add $2,000 to the $30,000, that means we have a total of 100. We have a total of $15,000. Okay, that means both the 30% growth and the initial registration bonus. So if I check the difference, that means there's a 5,000 deficit, which I need to get newer participants to provide 5,000. That 5,000 is the bonus that the initially provided help I need to get. So for this $5,000 $5,000 I need, if I do 5,000 divided by $100, that means I will need about 50 participants.
Okay.
To meet up the value. Okay, so but then we have to look at it this way, that not all the 100 participants that initially indicated the interest to provide help from probability, from the way it normally works, not everybody will provide help, even though the instruction is there that you provide with your spare money. At the time of provide help, they have to provide help. Some people take it, yeah? So
Moses, can I just stop you there?
I will work. Okay.
Moses, I just need to give the floor to somebody else as well with the discussion. Guys, I just got one query. Do you think that it's going to have 30% growth? Because my discussion, if we invest into MMM, isn't that correct?
If you donate to MMM,
yes, it's not that MMM is growing by 30%. Our investment into MMM grows 30%. Yes. I apologize, the Mavros that we put into him.
Yeah, Mavro, 30% for the registration for first timers.
Exactly, yeah.
I was just trying to pick a small number so that it can be clear. So that is why I work with 100. I work with 100 people, and then the 100 people do a donation of $100 each. So that would be $10,000. Okay, so this $10,000, if you do $10,000 by 30%, that would be plus 30%. That would be additional $3,000. So 3,000 plus 10,000 is $13,000. Okay. Then,
but that's Sorry, it's just that you're breaking up a little bit, Moses. I can't hear you quite clearly, so I'm getting like a, if you understand what I mean. Would you mind if I can... Sorry, Samuel, I did mean that it was a donation. I do apologize to that, guys. I didn't mean to mention investment. It's donations that we give. All right, can I give the floor to somebody else? Is there somebody else that would like to say something?
Thank you so much, Tanya. It's very clear to push more people to join the community so that the other ones can get their money. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Moses. Guys, sorry, I just have to clarify myself. It is not an investment. MMM is not an investment. We are donating from peer to peer. I made a mistake because I had something else in my mind. I do apologize. I hope you accept my apology for that. Anybody else that would like to put their opinion onto what's at hand? Oh, come on, don't be quiet. Imka, were you? Okay. Okay, Anthony, the floor is yours. Mr. Oganera?
Good evening.
You, hi.
Good evening. Can you hear,
yes.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you, yes.
Okay, from tax 2, I want to assume that after a week, we have 800 participants after seminar and the publicity. Yes. And each of these 800 participants contributed an average of $200. So therefore, total contribution for all 800 participants will be 800 times $300. So that will now give us $240. So therefore, the total growth in dollars will be 30% of at least times $240. So that will give us $72,000. Since each participant must have 30% growth on each contribution according to MMM. So the registration bonus of $20 each for each participant will be 800 participant times that of the registration bonus is $20. That will not give us $15. So therefore, $72,000 plus $16,000 will give us $88,000. So therefore, the number of the new participants needed
Are you still there, Anthony? Okay, it seems like we've lost Anthony, guys. Okay, we have 9 minutes remaining for task 2. Is there anybody else that would like to have input onto task 2, please? Come on, guys. Samuel? Samuel Olaton Bossen. Sorry, I hope I got that right.
Okay, good evening, Tanya.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Samuel. It's Tanya. Yes.
All right. I want to just support the calculation given by Arabambi. I'm from batch 125.
Okay, thank you.
All right. In my own, although I have a little different view about what she said.
Yeah.
I want to assume that after the it's just after the presentation and everything about MMM, we have 200,000 participants. The 200,000 participants, you remember we are talking about a country. In tax 1 we're told of a country, so I'm assuming it's a country. We're going to have that larger number of people. Then after the 200 people registered, then 100 people after a week, 100,000 people agree to PH. And they agree to PH each person, let's say $60. Hello, are you with me now?
I'm with you, yes.
All right, we have $60. Then that $60, on that $60, then we had the $20 registration. That is 60,000. Sorry, each person PH $60,000. Then we have $20. Sorry. There's a mix-up in my write-up here. We have $6,000. Sorry, we have $6,000. Then on the page now, on the registration bonus.
Yes.
For each one of them. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. We are going to have that to be 100. That is going to be $50, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, if you calculate this 60,000 times 100,000 people.
Yes.
Hello? Are you with me now?
I can hear you quite clearly, and I'm with you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Yes, Samuel, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Okay, it seems like
Hello?
Samuel has got a problem. Samuel, please mute your mic. Guys, we need to finish. Anybody else? Anthony, I understand that the network is a problem tonight. Don't worry, we're all experiencing problems. Chukuka, have you got a comment? Guys, just a brief something. Don't make it long, just something brief. Add on to what was discussed tonight.
Hello. Hello, good
evening. Yes.
I'm Chuka from batch 127. I want to suggest something like this. If we have 100 new participants, and they are all providing help of about $100 each, now that will give us 100 multiplied by 100, about $10,000. If I'm correct. And
is that correct?
You see, we did. Yeah, that's correct. That's about $10,000 if all are hedging the sum of $100 each. Now, there is a 30% Mavro increase at the end of the month. Then what do you call it? Bonus or fresh registration, which is about $20 for every $50 and above provided. That's about for the $100 that will be provided by each 100 persons. $20 will be attached to it. You multiply these $20 by 100, and you get. I'm not with my calculator. I'm not too good with mathematics, but I think for everything to be on and going, we all require inviting more persons. For it to continue, we wouldn't stop at just that 100 that we invited. We still need to, yes, how will I put it now? Invite more persons, more persons continuously for everything to get balanced. Because if we just stop there and say,
can I just stop you there because our time is just, sorry, I need to stop you there as our time is just about to run up, guys. Come, give me some important pointers so we can finish off this task, please. Israel? Israel, I'll give the floor to you if you give me about 20 seconds of what you have. Mr. Israel Amori, unmute your mic.
Yeah, good evening, Tanya.
Hi, Israel.
Yeah, my own contribution is based on what Peace actually said. Is it Peace? The first woman that spoke, I really love her calculation, and while I was here listening to her, I was also following up with what she said. And she had, yeah.
Israel, please just mute your background. Okay, that's better.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So the difference that she got, I think that what we are going to do to ensure that that difference is gotten is by organizing massive seminar. In this community, we cannot do without seminar. I understand that one of the issue we had in Nigeria here was that at a point, some of the leaders we are no longer interested in the issue of seminar. I am thinking that when we take the issue of seminar very, very serious and at strategic point, there are some densely populated areas where you conduct seminar and you get people. Tell them what the community is all about, and I tell you that is going to be the solution to bridge the gap. Thank you.
Okay, so Israel, you're basically saying that we need more serious people on board MMM as guiders, leaders, managers. Is that correct?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
And that is your input to the task at hand. Thank you very much,
Exactly.
Israel. Okay, guys, we need to close off this task at hand, please. Our time has run out. Is there anybody else that would like a very last word on this task? Comment, something interesting? Put your name. The first person to put their name, I will choose. Samuel, just a minute. I'll give... Samuel, you can unmute your mask and tell me, and we will finish off this task at hand with a comment that Samuel has to say.
Thank you, Tanya. I think from our team, since the teamwork from I got another cue from one of our participants on Telegram. Assuming 500 participants registered first week, and each donated a minimum of $300. Amount donated by all participants equal to the $300 times 500, then you have $150,000. Registration bonus at $20 for 300,000 is equal to $20 times $500, we have $10,000. Then 30% growth rate on 300 donation equal to $90 times 500.
Okay, Samuel,
then you now have 35,000. The total,
Samuel, you mentioned,
the total payout.
Samuel,
yes.
let me just ask you something. You're saying something that the participants are getting rich. You mean that they are getting help?
Yes, sir.
You.
Hello?
Okay, sorry. We need to finish off. Please just give your last comment, Samuel.
Okay, now, so now I'm rounding up now. 30% growth on 800 donation, then you times it, you have 90 times 500, $45,000. Total payout after 30 days will be $410 times 500. Then you now have $205,000. To be able to achieve this, we need additional funds calculated towards 205,000 minus 150,000. That is payout minus contribution. Then you now have $55,000. To be able to pay the older participant at 30% Marvel growth with $20 registration bonuses, we need extra $55,000. How to get what we need contribution from new registration? That is that $55,000 deficit. You divide it by 300. Then you now have 183.3 participants. Thus, we need approximately 184 new participants with average contribution of $300 to be able to pay the older participant. That is $300 times $184. That is $55,200. I don't know because of our time. Hello?
Okay, our time is run up, guys. Okay, we'll be giving it over to the mentor. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Mentors?
Going into Excel, I'm going to post the third task in the chat box. Please read the task number 3, which I am going to post in the chat box. Your time is up already for task 2.
May I just ask, how long do we have for task 3? Okay, 20 minutes, I saw that. Guys, I'm going to now read to you task 3. We have 20 minutes exactly to complete the task. I will read it, and thereafter I will put the floor open to you guys. Task number 3. A month has passed. You are 100 manager. The same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations. Taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants, and contributions for the next 4 weeks. You have 20 minutes. Let me just read that again. Task number 3. Guys, just mute your mics, please. I'm going to read it again. Task number 3. A month has passed. You are 100 manager. the same plan for another month on the basis of results of previous calculations. So we've got a calculations that we did in the previous task. Taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants, and contributions for the next 4 weeks. We have 20 minutes. Guys, I'm leaving the floor open to you. Put your name in the message box. I will identify you and you speak. Please, the rest of the people mute their mics. Only if I call you by your name, then I will identify you and you can speak. We have 20 minutes starting now. First person up, please put your name on. Come on, there must be somebody. Arabambi. Arabambi, have you got any comments on that for us? Precious, your mic is not muted. Moses.
Muted.
I can hear you quite clearly, Moses.
Okay. Now we have 100 guider in the community. Okay, so with 100 guider, we now have managers who are willing to push more growth of the community. So basic function of the managers is to push to train more people.
Unmuted.
Of MMM, which means that the initial number is going to grow even much more. Okay, so they will have a Facebook fan page, 100 of them, they have fan page and they are training more people on the ideology of MMM. So through a different link, so it means that there are going to be so many more people coming into the community within the next 4 weeks. So it means that the things are going to be even much more easier, despite the fact that as guiders they're going to get paid through bonuses and all this. So it will not really affect the community because it's all about the ideology. Once people get to understand the ideology of MMM, it even gets much more better. So with 100 guiders coming into the system, it means that we are going to have so many people coming in, and the more people we have, it means that the system is gradually going to be stabilized. So that's my contribution.
I agree with that, but do you guys really think that the 100 guiders that are coming in are all dedicated?
At least less than 80% of the guiders are dedicated. That is more than enough, because the guiders, they know that they are going to be rewarded with whatever they're doing. MMM just leave them. They're going to be rewarded for everything they do. They are being rewarded. Okay, so they're going to put more effort. They've been trained on the ideology of MMM. So because I realize that the major problem we have is that some people, they join MMM without understanding the ideology. They think it's a business. Okay, they want to borrow money to join MMM. So okay, the history is there, so everything is open for them to understand. So the guy will train them more about this ideology. They get to understand and they willingly join. It's not by compulsion. They will willingly join. Even if not everybody join immediately, those that join, they will see their Mavro growing. So they can be able to chat up all their friends and show them.
Can I just stop you there?
Okay.
Apologies, I need to stop you there as we are diverting from the task at hand. Let me just repeat that once more. The task number 3. We've only got 20 minutes. A few minutes is up already. A month has passed. You are 100.
Unmuted.
Same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth. That is what we need to discuss. Okay, the ideology and the rules, everything is important, but I mean, we've actually got to discuss the same plan for another month on the basis of results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamic of growth, number of new participants, and contribution for the next 20 sorry, I apologize, for the next 4 weeks. Guys, let's not divert from the task. Is there anybody that wants to comment? Abraham?
I think
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Harrison, didn't...
Hello.
Okay. Good day, mentor.
Hi, Harrison. Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you quite clearly. Please don't repeat. Yes.
Okay. They told participants, and we also have to increase offline event to like 4 times per week. So what we need to do again is that we should provide the kind of technical support and to guide members, because some people that does not understand it, we need to guide them also. And also we need to upload MMM news in social media. And we also need to upload our video testimonies of participants who have benefited from the system. So what we need to do also is that we need to send bulk SMS and sponsor posts of Facebook groups and pages. That is some of the strategy we need to use. And in terms of the response, we are giving a grace period. We are giving a grace period of 4 weeks. Hello.
Yes,
we are giving a grace period. We are giving a grace period of like 4 weeks. Now, what I see here is that first of all, let's have a kind of main goal. What is our main goal? Our main goal here is to increase the number of MMM participants in the community and have thousands of participants, since we are being given a grace period of 4 weeks. Now, shouldn't the
is fighting, and I don't know if it's a since it's a teamwork. So is that alarm? Hello?
Sorry, Mr. Abraham, you are breaking up.
Okay, I said on task 3, I'm just going to give a brief answer to the task 3 based on what we in 127, batch 127, one of my participants gave, since he does not have the time right now. So now the answer is like, assuming we are successfully registered, that's we are now successfully registered 200 more participants, and everybody was paid their marvels. We now have 600 participants at the end of the month, and also assuming our initial 400 people that provide help again is at an average of $300. Also, by achieving 600 participants at the end of the month, we have established a percentage of 50% growth rate. And we are expecting that to contribute by encouraging and supporting the guiders, who will now continue to grow at their own rate. So expected participants by the end of the second month will now be 50,000 times 600. That will give us 300. Now total PH for the end of the month will be 600 times 300, which is 300, equals to 270. The out of the 300 new participants, only those who provide help in week 1 will be taken into consideration for payment at the end of the month. Then if you say, if you want to divide 300 by 4 to give you 75 participants, then total people that provide help for 675 participants at the end of the week 1 of second month will be 675 times 300, which will give you a whooping sum of $202,500. Then registration bonus for 1 participant for that's for $300 will be 20. Then total registration bonus for 75 participants will be 20 times 75, which is $1,500. Marvel growth for 1 participant at the end of the month now will be 300 times 30%. That's 90. Total Marvel growth of 375 participants will be 90%. That's 90 times 675. Sorry, which will give you $60,750. Now 10% of this referral bonus for at this stage now will be 30 times 10%. That is 30, which means Marvel growth on referral bonus will now be 30 times 30%, which is 9. Then total referral bonus on 75 participants, which we already have, will be 30 plus 9 times 75 equals to $2,925. Total GH at the end of the session month will be $202,500 plus $1,500 plus $60,775 750 plus 2,975, everything will give us a whooping total sum of 267,675. Now the difference between cash flow and inflow will be 267,675 minus 270,000, which will give us a total sum of 2,325. We have 2,325 in the bank after paying everyone by the end of the second month. We will provide help as of week one.
Yes.
As of week one, but we need to increase growth percentage in order to self-sustain. Yeah, in order for self-sustenance. I don't know if you understand me, but
okay, I'll try to understand it. I'm sure everybody else is. Let me just give the floor open to, it's my pleasure. Ubalakun, sorry, I'm hoping to pronounce that right. See, Ubalakun, you said that you want to ask something or you want to put your comments in. Ubalakun, please unmute your mic and please put in your suggestion. Okay, if you cannot put in your suggestion, is there anybody else that would like to participate in this discussion? Please put your name into the message box right now. Emmanuel. Emmanuel Nze. Unmute your mic, please.
Good evening.
Oh, sorry, you are, sorry, Emmanuel, is here.
Yeah, good evening, mentor.
Yes.
I'm in batch 125. Hello?
Okay, go ahead. Please go ahead because our time is limited. I mean, finish up, guys.
Hello? I said I'm in batch 125. I'm representing batch 125. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead. I mentioned our time is limited.
Okay. Working based on the previous weeks, we'll have like a total of the first week 5,000 participants, and for 3 weeks we'll have 15,000 participants. So the total registration for the first month, that is 4 weeks, will be 20,000 participants. Number of guiders trained, at least 20 guiders. Assuming the half of the 20 participants in previous months, we are able to register an average of 2 new participants per week with the ability to pledge that's to provide help. Then we'll have the number of registration for 4 weeks, which is about 10,000 times 2 participants times 4 weeks. Then we'll have a total of 40,000 participants in the next 4 weeks. So for the month, we'll have 40,000 participants, sorry. Then total contribution of the month will be an average of $50 per registration. That's 40,000 participants times 50 is equal to $2 million. That's 40,000 times 50. So that will give us about $2 million.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay, thank you very much. Emmanuel, we have to close the meeting after the task at hand off. Our time is over. Guys, any last finish comments from anybody? Emmanuel, please mute, Abraham, please mute your mic. If you've got a very last comment on the task at hand, Abraham, then you can give it. I'm giving you literally 20 seconds to do so. If you cannot do 20 seconds or under, then unfortunately, I'm not giving the floor to you. Just put a plus sign. Okay, go ahead. 20 seconds.
All right, thank you very much. I think I would like to add up that at this stage also, we also need to go more into the social media, because nowadays you find out that the social media is a medium for which a lot of persons are getting serious information. Then at the end of the day, we need to equip our guidance school more. We need to make sure that many other guiders come up in order for the spread
Muted.
Yes, it's not a wealth but a rewarding program. I absolutely agree with you, Joy. All right, then I think that concludes your comments or suggestions onto the task number 3. Samuel, what's wrong? I heard network issues. Can I still speak? No, unfortunately not. Guys, we are closing off task number 3. We are waiting for the mentors to give us feedback or to give us the next task. No, Samuel, unfortunately not. Could
Muted.
That's correct.
If I'm correct, you have 100 downlines. So any of our calculation now should be on the 100 participants under us. So now,
that's why,
if you look at it,
can I just mention something? That's why, if you previously remembered earlier, I asked, is 30% right?
Yes.
Good evening, guys. I'm posting task number 4. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mentor Kutai. Guys, we've closed off task number 3. Task number 4 is 40 minutes. I'm going to read it. If you cannot understand anything or hear me clearly, please, after I have read it, then just give me an indication in the message box. Please, everybody mute your mics. I appreciate that. Task number 4. After 2 months, you have a number of participants and contributions which you calculated earlier. Now, you should calculate what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there is the local Nigerian holiday, which is celebrated during a week. Respectively, in this period, the number of registrations falls by 75%. Make a plan of action for a month, what resources and how you should use them. Specify the amount of contributions and participants necessary for the development of the community. Important. $50,000 is given only once. Later on, you should use the free resources from the community. The time allocated to us is 40 minutes. Guys, that's a lot to take in. I will read it again, and I will point out the important pointers to you as well. After 2 months, you have the number of participants and contributions which you calculated earlier. So we've got to take the previous tasks, and we've got to take the number of participants and contributions that we used to calculate. Now, you should calculate what you need to organize within the next month, taking those previous calculations from the previous tasks. A week after the start of the month, there is the local Nigerian holiday, which is celebrated during the week. Respectively, in this period, the number of registrations fall by 75%. Make a plan of action for the month. What resources and how you should use them. Specify the amount of contributions and participants necessary for the development of the community. Important. $50,000 is only given once. Later on, you should use the free resources from the community. Time allocated 40 minutes. Guys, do you understand? Okay, is it possible to post a task in the chat box? Israel, it's already in the chat box, or do you mean the chat box on Skype?
Hello?
Arabambi,
Yeah?
please make it clear that if you are to talk, you must please ask in the message box and I will identify you. Guys, as we have mentioned previously, please, if you want to comment or say something, please mention it in the message box, put your name there so that I can know that you want to say something. I mean, if you talk over me talking over somebody else talking, it gets confusing. If you don't abide by what I'm asking, I'm going to kick you out. Thanks. Arabambi, what would you like to say?
Yes, I just want to start from where Abraham, batch 127, stopped.
Okay,
Can I
but
go
we
on
are now, only if you are attending to task 4, the task at hand, because we cannot repeat on the previous tasks. So if you are talking about the task at hand, I'll appreciate that. If you're not going to mention anything in regards to the task at hand, then unfortunately not.
Yes, I said I want to start from where it stopped because it's like a continuation. The
But you
question
can't
says
start
after
from
2
where you...
months.
Okay.
Yes, after 2 months. After 2 months, you have the number of participants and deposits that you have calculated. Okay, fine.
Yes.
I'm going to start like this. That at the end of the 2nd month, we will have registered a projected number of 900 participants.
Yes.
So based on our steady growth in the community at the rate of 50%, we will have expected of 0.5 times 900, which is 450 new participants. Hello? So therefore, numbers of new participants per week will be 450 divided by 4, which we have, that's 113 new participants who will be considered for getting help.
Muted.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Arabambi, please continue.
Okay, so definitely, however, due to the 75% reduction in growth due to the holidays, our expected new participant for the week, participant per week, which is 450 minus that 113 new participants. So at the end of that, we have 84 new participants. Therefore, the total PH for the 3rd month will now be 900, that first 900 plus 113 plus 84 times 300 US dollars to give us that's 329,100 US dollars. Hence, the total PH for that last month's participant plus 1 week of the new month will now be 900 plus 113 times the 300 US dollars to give us 303 US dollars 900. Therefore, the total registration bonus for the month will now be 113 times 20, which is the registration bonus, to give us 2,260 US dollars. So the total group will now be 900 plus 115 times 90, which will give us 91,170 US dollars. And also the referral bonus there on the 113 participants. So we have 39 times 113 to give us the